much for joining me again today. So I've got days 12 and 13 for you today for my December daily 2017. So the first thing I'm going to do is getting straight on to doing some journaling. And I am using this 4x6 card from the December daily 2017, Elliot's December daily 2017 kit, so her main kit. And in terms of journaling itself, so I'm just kind of writing out the journaling that I typed up during December, and I decided to kind of go have fun with the journaling itself. So I'm just kind of playing with the different sizes, different kind of types, capital, lowercase, uppercase, and those kind of things. Just playing around with how I write the journaling itself. And yeah, I quite like it. I actually saw this idea being done probably the first time by Elliot, and yeah, I think it's kind of one of those things, just adding a little bit of spice to the journaling card itself. And what was I talking about? So today is the day that we went to see the Maya windows, the Christmas windows. So in the centre of Melbourne, which is where we live, we have this big shopping centre here, shopping kind of area here, and they have this Christmas window which full of like these puppets and Christmas story and those kind of things, and it's been going on for a long time. And I have to admit, it used to be much better when I was younger, and there's a lot more kind of work going into it. I mean, it's still pretty cool, and we're probably going to go every single year anyway. But I remember when I was young, it was really elaborate little puppets, and everything was moving, and it seems, I mean, possibly because I was young, so I really enjoyed it. But seeing seeing my old photos, just kind of how intricate the windows was quite different from now. Having said that, I still enjoyed it. It's one of those things that we tend to go on a kind of warmish night. I mean, Christmas in Melbourne is a summer. It's always in summer, so it's one of those things that the weather's good, and it's kind of fun to kind of go for a walk, and then looking around, and yeah, just seeing kids so excited about these kind of things is also pretty cool. Now, so what I'm doing here is I've got extra photos, so I decided to kind of make a flip-up kind of version of this card here. And now I use the washi tape, which I believe is actually definitely from Elliot's store. I can't remember if it's actually from the 2017 one or an older kit. But any washi tape will work well there, and you see it pops up a little bit. Next time I probably would make it a little bit in terms of put a bit more space in between the two pieces there, and so that should be less likely to kind of make it less likely to pop up. So that chipboard piece is actually from the Hip Kit Club December 2017 kit. And now I'm thinking I want to add this piece here, but I think the black just kind of blends with the background too much. So I am planning to use this Zing, the embossing powder, and I'm using the Versamark ink to kind of essentially act like a glue. And now I am going to emboss this piece here, and to kind of avoid the kind of, what do you call it, the glitter going everywhere, which it still did, to be honest with you. I keep this little box here, which is kind of sits behind my scrapbooking desk, just to kind of as a space for just making sure that it captures most of the glitter, even though it often go everywhere still. Now just kind of cleaning up excess glitter and letting that dry a little bit, and now I am going to adhere that using this red tape here. Alternatively, if you don't have a red tape, you could also use the glossy accent. That has been working real well for me. So, but for this one, I'm using the red tape. And this one, I believe it's American crabs. You can also get it from other brands like Rangers and those kind of thing as well. So now I'm just putting that in to the pocket here. I'm thinking, do I want to add something to the top of this photo here? You know, just looking through a bunch of things. So this is from the Hip Kit Club. So this pack is from, you know, from the Hip Kit Club. So I decided to go with this piece here, which kind of makes it the red, kind of coordinate with the red down the bottom as well a little bit more. Now, the next thing I am going to do is going to essentially open the other side of the pocket here. So what I wanted to do, because I'm using the, you know, for the open up card here, is actually the back side of the plastic pocket. You know, it doesn't have an opening, so it opens on the other side. So I just kind of I just use a knife to cut that out, and as you can see, it pops out really well. And what am I doing next? The next thing I'm doing here is I am going to just kind of punch out just a little kind of tab there, just so that people, when I go and look through that again later on, I know that, you know, it's a pop-out thing and there's kind of a spot to pull that out. Now, moving on to day 13 now. So the story of today is going to be about the food. So every year during December, we have a roast chook at home, you know, with stuffing, which is essentially all the Christmas pudding related kind of stuffing, really. So cranberries and dates and all these things. And yeah, I just really enjoy that. We don't normally have roast chook. It's just a lot of food for us, you know. It's just you know, at home, so just two of us. Then so we thought that but once a year we tend to kind of just, you know, get that going. And so for this photo, I printed this photo out from my printer, and I want to kind of add the journaling on the left side of it. So what I'm doing is trimming the photo up a little bit so I have room to put the journaling onto that side. And now just kind of making sure that, you know, that piece fits well onto the page. And to adhere that together, I decided to just use the back of the photo on the other side of that page there. And so I'm just kind of sticking that down, and then you can see there's an overhang there. I'm just kind of trimming that up. And now I'm just working what I want to put on top. I decided to go with this piece here, which came in the Alliedwords kit, I believe, or I bought some extra. But it fits really well, so I am super happy with that. Now, the next thing I want to do is to add kind of just a little bit of something at the bottom. I feel like it's kind of missing a little bit of colour, so I decided to add those puffy dots there and the bottom from, and that one is actually from the Hip Kit Club there. And now I want to add a kind of a transparent piece here, which is from the Alliedwords kit. And so I'm just trimming that up in half. It comes in for 6x8, a 6x8 piece, but kind of to make it go a bit further, I decided to cut it in half lighter, because I do like having these kind of things, this kind of thing kind of spread over across the page. And I was just thinking what I want to add in terms of just a piece that to represent day 13, I guess. And now I'm just kind of going through the pieces that came in the Alliedwords kit. Now I'm just looking through this chipboard pack here. Also, the chipboard pack itself is from the Hip Kit Club, December 2013. December 2017, apologies. And so the reason I actually got that piece, that chipboard piece, is actually because I want to put that chipboard piece from the Hip Kit Club behind this wooden piece. So onto this wooden piece, I use the number sticker there, which is from Elliot's store, and I'm using the red tape to adhere that, and then behind it I'm using this piece here just to cover up the glue and also to add a bit of interest to that as well. And I quite like that, how it works there. So, and the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm kind of just going to add the tab, the word tab. So I am looking through the various stamp sets that I have over the years, just kind of looking through which one I want to use and which one will fit, and that's also a consideration as well. I decided to go with this one, with that one there on the top right, which is from Elliot's store. I believe it actually came in, it came in a kit years ago. It probably would have been possibly 2012, so early, a few years ago. But any kind of stamp set that will fit into the tab would work there as well. And I was just kind of stamping that using my VersaFine black ink. So that is definitely my go-to ink pad, especially for black one. And the tab itself is from Elliot's store as well. It's a Avery branded product. And now I'm just kind of sticking that on. And that is it, guys. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Here's some close-up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And I hope you can join me again soon, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!